Hey Ashley,
Hey girl, hey.
how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm hanging in. I almost had to sip on a little cocktail today. It's been a week, but I'm always happy to be back on the mic chatting with you. How are you?
Same, same. You know, I'm just reminded of the since the Odyssey is popular, it's an old Greek saying like the only thing consistent in life is change. And it's like shout out to one of my dear friends from my work, Keyshawn. He's moving outside of the organization, and I'm gonna miss him dearly. We got a chance to have a happy hour for him today, so it was nice to hang and chill. But man, there's always, you know, changing, evolving for the better,
Yeah.
obviously. But
Congratulations to Keyshawn. He was fabulous. He was our
best
honorary
dressed,
best dressed, whether or not we awarded him or not at the Oscar party. So
yes.
congratulations, sir.
So, and Ashley, we got a chance to have a good dinner this past weekend. You, me, and Shamika, we had a time. Time was had.
Yes, honey, y'all had me out till the wee hours of the morning. I said,
I was
"Oh, let
like,
me rolling up at my house this late."
honestly, when I came home, Dave called me. He was like, "You good?" I'm like, "Yeah." Because I don't remember last time I was out that late. I can guarantee you that
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time.
was. All right, well, let's get into some of, you know, no, it's not quite mess. I wouldn't call it mess, but let's get into the pop culture of it all. Spider-Man, Brand New Day. I feel like Zendaya and Tom have been, I, I mean, they've been literally around the world promoting this movie.
Yeah, man.
And they just had their LA and London premieres, and Zendaya just won't let up. Like her foot with those Louboutins is on everybody's neck.
I may say something a little controversial. I have not loved these latest Spider-Man looks for press. Like this last white one is the first that I've seen in a little bit that I was like, oh, yes, there we go. But like, I didn't love the black with the hair on the forehead. I
No,
have not loved like the last two or
with the
possibly three.
little antennas
No,
on the
ma'am.
shoulders.
I did not. I was like, oh, maybe, maybe it's me or I'm just, in a mood. But these last couple looks have not moved me. But the white that I just saw today, we're back. Ah, okay.
That one
Looking
was
good.
gorgeous.
Fabulous.
Yeah. Um, I still liked it. Like I do understand what you mean about like um the black one. I think it's I like Ashi Studios. I'm trying to find them right now actually. But basically the hair was a choice. And I think, the hair was just as dramatic.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not even just that. Like, I didn't love and again, this might be controversial because, usually I love everything, but I have not loved the first black that kind of gave him Morticia Adams with the bang and the updo. I did
Oh, I
not
love that
love
one. Yeah, Ashi
the
Studios.
the
That
bang with the long slick back. I have it's just not like it has not hit for me. Like usually it's like, there's some people who'd be like, I love your dress, but I don't love your hair. Or I love your
like you
dress,
didn't
but or I
like the
love your hair, but I don't like your
Versace
makeup.
from 2016, the one when they were in China. It was white with the spider brooch at the hip.
That dress was fine. I didn't like the full like the hair, the dress, the full
Oh,
look. Whereas usually I love
I
the
loved it. I
full
loved it.
look.
Because to
So
me,
that's
it
what I'm
also
saying. It
was
has
very
not been
like,
moving me.
yeah, I still loved it though, because again, it was to me, um, those micro veins are definitely a choice, but
It
I
ain't for
love
me,
that
boo.
look.
It ain't for
I think
me.
I like the Morticia look. I the one that had me being like, I love that she's able to wear it was the other Ashi studios with the train and
Hmm.
then the spider web bangs. Like that one
Yep.
was a choice.
I mean, again,
But
she is always beautiful. She's a beautiful woman, but it just, yeah, it wasn't hitting for me the way it usually does. Where I'm like, oh, God damn, be still my heart. You know what I mean? That's my norm with Zendaya.
well, someone made a excellent point with the more recent one, the Tamara Ralph, which is the white dress. I love the spider web detail on the shoulder. Um, if it wasn't for the spider brooch in the back, she could have wore that in some of her Athena, press tour looks too. So I feel like it kind of molded the two together because again, both are being released this month. Um, Odyssey already out. Spider-Man brand new day coming out on Thursday, the day this episode drops. So
And I have my
you
ticket. Girl,
do.
yes, I'm gonna go.
Oh,
I'm gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta
my
go.
mom and my nephew are coming down, and so I think we'll be going with them. We'll be going with
Hmm.
them, which I cannot wait. So, um, all right. What would you do, Ashley, if Usher brought you on stage?
I would never be so disrespectful as to say that man doesn't look great up close. That hurt me.
She didn't say that to his face.
No, but she said it in the press, which means it's going to get back to Usher. Like,
So here's the
sheesh.
deal. So here's the deal. Okay. On this Usher Chris Brown tour, Usher brought Gabrielle Shannon, a Chattanoogan woman who, according to the Griot, was visibly unenthused on stage with Usher in the Nashville stop of this tour. And a lot of people were just wondering what exactly is happening, what's going on. I guess people scouted her at the concert on July 25th, and she got upgraded to VIP. And then they later told her, hey, you're in the section, you might be chosen to go on stage. So she was like, bet. She goes on stage and she is stiff. Sis is stiff. Usher is shirtless. He is sweaty. He is doing his Usher thing. Okay. I mean, let's not forget, he was out here serving cherries at the last tour. And now this one, he's getting all up close and personal. And she was like, I'm good. He
It
kicked
was
her off
supposed to be
stage.
Chris. It was supposed to be Chris.
She says she came for Chris Brown. And I'm also tired of her talking. Like, we get it. You said what you needed to say.
She
Like, she's
milking
on
this 15
TMZ,
minutes of fame. Yeah.
girl. And but I will say this. What was she supposed to do? Because at the end of the day, Usher is a married man. Usher is also very sweaty. Like, I don't know if I would have done much different. Like, what do you want from me?
you are supposed to be a part of the performance at that point, so you're supposed to play into it. It's an act. It's entertainment. It's not to say you have to be trying to kiss on him or do things that are inappropriate beyond what he's trying to do. But I fully agree with the idea of like, if I bring your ass on this stage, you are now a part of the show. We are putting on a show
We were putting
for
on a
the
show.
people,
You play the part. I
or
mean,
get the fuck off the stage.
I'm reminded of two moments in pop culture history. More recently, Keke Palmer, she ended up getting in trouble with her then boyfriend, baby father, time out. But you a mom though. But she was playing it up at the Vegas show because he had a residency and she's an actress.
It's a show. It is a performance. Janet used to have him do strap to the stage quivering. You hear me?
I mean,
Quivering.
legendary. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if people lost it on stage the way she was playing it up. Um, I'm also reminded of when Prince kicked Kim Kardashian off stage
Yeah, because she can't dance.
because she cannot dance. And he was like, "You got all that ass and can't move it?
Yeah.
Get out of here."
Hilarious.
Oh, Prince. Such a legend. Um, so yeah, I have nothing else to, because I mean, I don't even think Chris Brown weighed in because again, she was like, I went for the Chris Brown show. Nothing against Usher. I'm just more of a Brown fan.
And that's fine, but ma'am, next time. Or I can't even say I blame her as much as I blame the vetting process. Like, y'all better get the most excited, geeked
Like, do you want
out
to be up there with Usher or
fans
nah?
you can find to confirm and make sure that man's gonna have a good show instead of just, oh, she's bad, she'll do. Like, let's not play his game yet. And again, the biggest slap in the face to me was for her little quotes after to say he ain't even that good. He it doesn't look good up close and all this. Like, girl, shut the fuck up. So he ain't, you don't have to say, you don't have to be negative towards Usher just because you're getting hate from people upset that you took a spot that somebody else would have been the had the time of their lives getting up there and being able to be in that moment with Usher. So I mean, I was fully in support of the idea, and I know Usher said it at the next show, like, if you want to be up here, don't bring your ass up here. Agreed. You messing up my show. And Usher is a showman, if nothing else. So that's probably what he was most pissed about. Is like, you messed up my show.
Change it. Oh, trading places. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, what song was he about to sing?
And then his wife took a picture
Coolly.
with her. And I'm like, yo, his wife took the time to take a picture with you, still talking shit about her husband.
Crazy.
Girl, get out of here.
So I don't know what Oprah is promoting, but she's been making her rounds and she made it to the Keke Palmer podcast, which is a really good podcast. I do enjoy her conversations more recently with Tracy Ellis Ross, because again, friend of the pod. And she even
Mm-hmm.
has my favorite British girlies. What's the name of the group? Flow.
Mm-hmm.
Their trio. Anyway, I really love this conversation between Keke and Oprah. Like, Oprah was giving major auntie vibes, like
She's
talking
very
about,
relaxed.
she was so relaxed and it had such a great conversation. And one of the um, segments of the episode that I thought was so poignant, and of course they snapped it for social media. Oprah was recounting the time where she wasn't always picking the Stedmans. Um, she said she ran after this man and was holding on to his bumper. She said that at that point in her life, she was choosing men who, saw something wrong with her one way or another. And that was a pivotal time for her when she was holding on to this man's car because she realized she was just like the women in her life who had bad relationships that she swore she was
Abusive.
never going to have. But
Abusive relationships.
very abusive relationships, but she realized, she was like those women. Like these men may not have been abusive, but they were emotionally, they didn't
Yeah.
support her.
Didn't value her.
They didn't value her. And she ultimately said that the people in our lives, especially when it comes to those relationships, are a reflection of how we see ourselves. And I thought, like, wow, just the transparency of saying she was on somebody's bumper. I ain't never kissed a man that hard before in my life.
Yeah, I mean, I love and all that will make you do some crazy things, and everybody's done some things that
Course.
probably they're not proud of or embarrassing, but I just think it's always great to have someone talk about it, at least past tense, right? Where it's like, oh, I learned that lesson. I was able to do better for myself. And I mean, it's Oprah. Of course, she was able to do better for herself. But,
Yes.
even Oprah, as mindful as she is, as thoughtful as she is, as knowledgeable as she is about so many things, to have her telling her stories about the shenanigans of love and dating just was very relatable. You know what I mean? Just very
It
relatable.
truly was. And I say that not to say like I never chased a man. I'm saying like I appreciate the level of transparency and the humanity it brought to Oprah, and the fact that she was having this conversation with Keke, which felt like kitchen table talk. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah. Her and Orpah had a good old kiki.
I know, to find out that, something was wrong in the South back in the day because um my mom's name is misspelled.
Hmm.
Um yeah. And so we pronounce it one way, but it's not the quote unquote spelling, but they misspelled it and they did not change it.
Hmm.
So, I've heard these stories of like misspelling, mispronunciation of names and all that stuff from the South. Oh, America.
Mm.
But um that was a fun Kiki. So shout out to Oprah. And I think it's really interesting because again, I don't know what she's pushing. I don't know if she's just pushing her podcast because we all know she has a podcast. She still has her book club. She still interviews authors and things. But in some ways, I do feel like this is helping rehab her image because I feel like her image has had taken some hits recently, especially with her friendship with the Bezos and Chris Jenner and them. And then the most recent news I saw about Oprah today actually is that she'll be closing her schools in South Africa. So we'll see if there's any more news that comes out of that she'll focus on scholarship. And I'm
Hmm.
like, okay, interesting.
Was not aware of that. All right.
All right, let's get into the hot topic of the day. It's Comic-Con. Ashley, we need to set some time to do this, by the way. Like, I feel like Comic-Con is definitely in our wheelhouse. Don't you agree?
Absolutely. I almost went to the museum while I was in San Diego, and it seemed a little lame when I read the reviews. So I was like, come back for the actual
And San
event.
Diego is by far one of the most gorgeous places on this planet. Like the
It was
tranquil,
nice.
like 78 degrees every day.
It
It's
was
unreal.
nice. I'm still more of an LA girl, but it was nice.
Oh, I mean, I'm just talking about the weather. The weather was fabulous. Comic Con, Marvel,
Hmm.
lots of announcements, and the biggest. Ryan Coogler announces David Johnson as the new Black Panther. I am looking at NBC News. It says Coogler will also return to direct the third film in the franchise, which will hit theaters December 2028. Ashley,
Hmm.
need to know your first impressions.
So we were together when this news dropped over the weekend.
We were.
You mentioned it, and actually, I'd already got a text from my good friend Darian, who we go see all the Marvel movies and DC movies together. So shout out to my guy. He had sent me the text. I just hadn't read it yet. So my initial reaction, I said to you and I said to him, I'm underwhelmed by this casting choice. And it's no shade to this man because I do like him in the things I've seen him in. We recapped the
Riley.
rom-com that he was in. I've watched all the seasons of Industry. He was in the early seasons of Industry. I understand he's up and coming and doing his thing. I
He
just
is.
think for me, there's probably still a lot of attachment to what has been with the development of that universe. Obviously, the loss of Chadwick Boseman still hangs heavy, but I also we just had Shuri take on this role, so to immediately move on, I wasn't necessarily ready for it just yet. Obviously, we haven't seen the next not the next Avengers to see. I know Shuri's in that, so we'll see how it goes. But overarching, I'm not moved. And what I said to you and Shamika when we talked about it is I'm going to give this a chance because it could be another Heath Ledger Joker situation. I remember when Heath Ledger was originally announced as the Joker, I was like, what are y'all talking about? Because Jack Nicholson was my Joker. And I didn't think anybody could live up to Jack
Yeah, Jack
Nicholson.
Nicholson is definitely still one of my favorite Jokers for
I mean,
sure.
he's still a goat, but
Yes.
in a his portrayal was different than Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger was unhinged,
Yep.
right? The Joker from Jack Nicholson is more gangster. So there
Yep.
is a difference between the portrayals, but Heath Ledger bodied that role.
Absolutely.
So I want to give this man a chance. I trust the vision of Ryan Coogler. So he said he felt deeply about this choice. So I'm gonna give this man a chance.
So I was shocked by the announcement. Obviously, I was one of the people who were rooting for Dimson Idris, but it's important to remember that Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler go together like PB and J. You know what I mean? And Denson is out here dating Michael B. Jordan's ex girlfriend.
I think it's
So
funny that y'all think it would be that deep because I don't,
I
honestly.
do. I do.
I
I
don't.
do. I'm not saying, because, a lot of people didn't even believe in Michael B. Jordan's relationship with Lori Harvey either. They thought it was a showman. You remember that?
I
That was a
don't
whole
think that's
thing.
true, but
Um, but, you know,
so y'all don't think, first of all, it's speculation that Damson and Lori aren't together again because he was seen out with a model not too long ago. Beautiful
right,
woman.
right.
Um, I don't think it's that deep because we're talking about people who in Hollywood swap bodies like it's playing cards. You know what I mean? Like, let's
Gotta
be for
catch them
real.
all.
You think Damson and Michael at some point may not work together? They're two of the hottest black actors in Hollywood. Y'all think a woman is probably going to stop them from getting a bag if it matters, especially a Marvel bag? I don't like I think if Ryan was like, "Yo, what do you think about Damson?" I don't feel like Michael's going to be like, "Nah, bruh. He's with Lori." Like I in my soul, I
You
don't
don't
think
think
it's that
so?
deep. I really don't.
Okay.
This ain't Summer House, y'all. Don't nobody give a fuck. Like for real.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So that those were my thoughts. And so in addition to that, I'm not trying to do the whole British black actor versus
Mm,
African American actor, but
mm.
you know, Chadwick was so intentional with the role of T'Challa. He understood what it meant for Black boys and girls and the world to see his elegance, his eloquence, his aura. Like, you know what I mean?
There will never
He
be another.
took that responsibility to heart to where this man was working hard, long days, knowing his condition. Okay.
Yep.
I'm not saying I'm expecting David to do this, but it's like, dude, do you understand? Do you understand the magnitude of taking this mantle? You know what I mean? Especially for, again, young Black boys and girls, especially in America, because we need like, you know what I mean? Like
Well, just
it is.
know he got big shoes to fill, and the internets will eat his ass up
They've already, Ashley,
if
he,
he does not do
as
a good job.
soon as that man was announced as Black Panther, and again, the only reason why I'm giving him some of a leeway is because he is not T'Challa.
He's
So
the son.
they did not replace T'Challa. He is the Black Panther's son. So obviously he get to in some ways create this character, from scratch, on his own. But did you see that picture of him hanging out with all those white women? People are like, you ain't got no black friends.
Yeah.
Ashley, what they say, believe half of what you see and none of what you hear, okay? Like
We are savages.
the
My God.
internet, that's what I'm saying. It wasted no time, okay?
Yeah. I mean, I get it. Obviously, again, I think a lot of people expected a bigger name actor to take on such a iconic position. And again, there will be a lot of pressure. There will be a lot of anticipation. Let's just give the man a chance. Let him get in that role. Let's see what he can do. Then we can judge a performance. I would rather judge a performance than this man as a person. Like, I don't care
Yeah,
what he does with his life, just
okay.
don't fuck up the role. You know what I
I hear
mean?
you. I feel like he'll do an excellent job because he's an amazing actor. So, and I trust Ryan. I trust
I
Ryan
trust
and
Ryan.
his vision because honestly, again, we talk about this all the time. It's like he is Hollywood's Wonder Boy, but nobody wants to put his name under that moniker because he's not like some young white boy. Like, you know what I
Well, I
mean?
don't know if you just saw, I can't remember what publication it
No, I
was who
saw it.
did. Yeah, I was
He
about to
was
say, they
number
said in,
two.
and they said he is the heir apparent to Steven Spielberg.
Yep, that
So
was it Variety?
I
I
feel like it
forgot the
was
list.
variety. I feel like
Yeah, it
so
was a
I'm
list
sorry.
of
We're
directors.
we're talking about it, but let me finish my thoughts so our audience knows what I'm
Yes.
talking about. So Variety has released their list of top directors like with influence in Hollywood. Christopher Nolan was number 1, spoiler alert. Ryan Coogler was number 2. And they were basically just declaring he was the heir apparent to like that Steven Spielberg mantle of being both successful like critically and also having box office appeal, right? So that's a big deal. That's major.
It is. I wasn't upset at it. I mean, if anything, if I had to criticize it a little bit, they only had one woman in the top 10, and that was Greta Gerwin, director of Little Women, and of course, Barbie. Legendary run. All right, let's go into our next hot topic, movie trailers, things that we can look forward to. So, speaking of epics, African people, Children of Blood and Bone, the trailer has dropped. The movie is set to, come to theaters January 15th. It is a star-studded film. It is based off of best-selling trilogy by the same name. Um, and yeah, they had the Beyonce big energy song throughout it. What were your first impressions, Ashley? Were you moved? Are you going to see it?
I want to see it. I'm so conflicted about the controversy now with the author and her coming out against it, essentially. I still am not 100% sure of what the beef is, but the trailer, I mean, it's right. It's definitely within the wheelhouse of things I enjoy. It's fantasy, it's black excellence, it's a star-studded cast. I see Amanda got her a nice little tan to try to fit in with everybody. So the first thing I noticed,
Everybody.
even when the steals came out, you got Damson. Like, come on, it
I
looks
mean,
like it's
the
gonna be great.
list is, I mean, both
Viola,
Damson, Idris and Idris Elba, Cynthia Erivo, the Viola Davis, the Regina King. It is, I mean,
it's
star studded. And
stacked.
let's not forget, of course, the actual star. Um, is it Tuso Mabedu? Badu? Forgive me, I don't know how to pronounce her name. I'm sorry, but we got to know and love her from The Woman King.
Yep.
So this movie is also directed by the great Gina Price Bythewood. I am annoyed by the author of this book. Um, Only because it's like she is telling us how displeased she is, and yet she's not telling us what happened.
Yeah.
So it's
What's
like
the T?
truly, truly. Because at this point, it just seems like she wants attention. I mean, I know that sounds awful, but like, what are we
I know. I
doing?
just struggle because it's like it's your story. It's your story. And you don't want me to support it. You don't want me to go out and watch your
Well,
story come to life.
to be fair, we do know that book to screen adaptations can be hit or miss.
But
We
wasn't
have
she also the
looked,
screenwriter? Didn't she
no,
also work on the
she
screenwriting?
wanted to be in the first pass, but no, ultimately she was not.
Well,
So
maybe that's one of the biggest beefs with it.
so here's and well, people make it are speculating saying it has something to do with Amanda's casting. So I don't know what that means. But what I will say is this: I read most of the books. I did enjoy the first one. For me, it was an introduction to the Orishas. Like, you know what I mean? Like Nigerian lore. Like last week, I was just talking about how much I love Greek mythology. Well, I was introduced to it, at a young age. I did not know the lore behind the gods of, Nigerian Orishas. You know what I mean? Like, and so it was a great introduction of that. I will say that book 2 and 3 I did not love as much. If I'm being transparent.
Hmm.
And so for me, I feel like maybe it could be a Breaking Dawn part 2 situation where the movie might be able to salvage some of the things that happens in the book. But speaking of really great recent adaptations, again, Heat of Rivalry was actually bar for bar with the book, and I enjoyed the series more just because um it's surprisingly in the visual medium there was like more tension, and like when it came to their relationship off campus, the series was actually better than the book.
Hmm.
But they also are doing a really good job threading in the other books,
With other love
um
stories.
and the different love stories, exactly.
Can we do a quick sidebar on heated rivalry? Because you just reminded me last week when we were talking Emmys and we were talking about how they got shut out. You
They did.
mentioned, but it's a Canadian show. But it just got me thinking. Remember how much Schitt's Creek cleaned up in its final season at
Yes.
the Emmys? Is it
So
because it's just was? Is it a distributor difference? Because
that's
like,
a great
why would that
question.
not still be just as eligible?
So I don't know if this is in light of a recent rule, but like for example, Connor's story probably would have been able to be nominated in the Canadian awards, but because of the recent political climate, they started just axing out like American shows in their awards. And I don't know if
So we
that
got beef.
somehow, pretty much, we got beef.
We
We got
got
beef in
beef.
Canada.
What don't do that. Don't do that.
And so it
Don't
makes
do
me sad that
that.
I'm like, you mean to tell me Connor's story ain't getting no awards?
Yeah, because I
No
literally I was
awards?
like thinking like, hold on, Schitt's Creek won like hella Emmys its final season.
Well, that was a different time, a
That's
happier
messed
time.
up. That's messed up. All right, sorry. Sidebar wrapped.
Yeah. So I'm watching it. I'll see it.
Are
We're
you going
gonna,
to theaters?
of course,
Okay.
of course. I hope they are. What my hope is when it comes to Children, Blood and Bone is that they're not copying Black Panther too much, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
to me, I'm a little concerned because they got Tim's on the soundtrack, and I'm like, well, Tim's is on Black Panther. There's just a lot of overlap,
Similarities.
and
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay,
We gonna see.
we will see. And then the latest trailer, the very first project after his Oscar win, Michael B. Jordan's trailer for the Thomas Crown Affair has dropped. Looking at Variety, they say he is a globe-trotting gentleman thief in Amazon NGN's heist thriller. Did you watch the first one?
I loved the 1999 version
Me too.
with Renee and Pierce. I loved it.
Pierce is, one of he's my dude. He's one of my faves. This will be interesting. I've always I don't know if I said this on the mic, but when it comes to like
I think this is
heist
the third
movies,
iteration. Sorry.
it is. It
Yeah.
is. Um,
68,
when it
99.
comes to like heist movies, and that's like very glamorous, or even just thinking about like spy movies, I realized that the reason why the stars are able to go in and out of these situations is honestly their white privilege. Like nobody's gonna stop a Daniel Craig from walking through.
That's why they
Um,
say it has to be a white man playing Bond, right? Because they have to be able to blend in.
but what I'm trying to say is, I am interested to see what this interpretation looks like with a black man. You know what I mean?
I wish it had still been with a black woman as his lead as well.
Listen,
Still don't know why that
didn't work
casting
out.
changed. Yeah.
People were, I wonder if they were dating or something. They were like, creative differences.
Miss me with the creative differences. Work it out. Figure it out. Plenty of exes have had to work together. And she was so cute.
So
I was
cute.
really looking forward to seeing them together on screen. So now you
Oh, who are we
got
talking about? What
Jason
is that
Momoa's
girl's
boo.
name?
She used to date Harry Styles. What's her name? Taylor Russell is her
Yes,
name.
Taylor Russell. I cast her when I was at work. We used to do random questions, and one of the questions was like, who would you want to play you in a biopic? And I chose her for me.
I think didn't Rihanna say the same at some point that she would
Did
want her to
she?
play her in a
She's itty bitty
biopic?
though. She's not as tall as me or Rihanna. So,
She
but
have to fake it.
so yeah. What what are your thoughts? Are you excited? Do you have any, hopes, dreams?
I mean, I'm definitely gonna watch it. I love a caper. I love a heist. I love a thief. I love a, thriller action type moment. Obviously enjoy Mike B. I will say, I hope that he gets an opportunity to continue to stretch. Like, I think the thing I've enjoyed about him in these last couple of portrayals, from Sinners to being Killmonger and Black Panther, is like, I think for a while Michael B. Jordan felt like he was playing a similar character a lot because he was always like the good guy. I like seeing Mike stretch and be bad. So,
Mm.
yes, there will be some badness with the fact that he's, not going to be super straight laced, but I just want him to be able to continue to stretch too, like as an actor, and not just all the stuff he does behind the scenes, which I know he does, but like I want to see him play a variety of characters and not just be this like leading man who's the good guy and gets the girl and all that shit.
No,
That
I
doesn't move
love a
me.
diverse resume. Yeah.
Yes, baby, continue to diversify that portfolio. We're
Yeah.
enjoying it. We're enjoying it.
It
So I
shows
will watch this
range,
though, of course.
of course. Random note, Rihanna and I are the same height.
Yeah, I was gonna say
So
she's 5'8", right?
5'8", yeah.
Yeah.
Uh yeah, well, that's all I have for today, Ashley. What are we recapping for next week?
Yes, yes. So we are going to recap one of my recent hidden gems. It's one I told you guys I was sad when it was over. I really enjoyed it. It was a show I didn't even know had dropped until I started getting on threads and the algorithm was like, all right, this is what you're watching. Here's all the hoopla about it. That is the 5-star weekend on Peacock. 8 episodes. It is lady centric. It stars five incredible actresses. You got Jen Garner, you got Regina Hall, you got Gemma Chan, Chloe Sevigny, and Darcy Carden as our core cast. And the ladies are getting together. There's some love, there's some loss, there's some drama, there's some tea. So
You
we are
know
going to get together with them and chat.
what I realized, Ashley?
Hmm.
If Jennifer Gardner is in a project, you're going to be watching it. Because
Do I watch all of Jen's
you
work?
you kind of do. I mean,
Probably.
you watched the camping one that was on
Yes.
HBO. You
Yes.
watched
I
like
watched the
I
one on Apple TV Plus where her husband gets up and gone. Yes. I
correct.
love Jennifer Garner. I mean, I loved Alias. I mean, come through.
Love her. I mean, I love her down too. And don't get me wrong, I've watched most of her projects, but I think, but see, you watch this again unprompted for hidden, and then it became your hidden gem.
Between her and Nicole Kidman, those white women have me in a chokehold. What can I
Wait.
say?
I was talking to Aaliyah, and she was like, she has gotten that suburban white woman down.
Yeah.
Like at least with Jennifer, she can play some, upper middle class. With Nicole, it's always upper echelon.
I
Like,
will not be rich.
period.
Yeah.
So I think we should say Jennifer Garner, friend of the pod, because I absolutely love her cooking series on Instagram. Like
And if there's
whenever she does it, I'm there.
if there's any like actress who I feel like would be down to clown and like come onto the pod for one of her projects, I do feel like it'd be like a Jennifer Garner. Like she feels very accessible and relatable.
She
So
does, even though
love her
she is
down.
a wealthy
Well, she's an A-list.
superstar.
She's an
You're
A-list
right.
actress.
Correct.
All right. Well, excited to chat about it. That is the 5-star weekend. If you guys have not seen it yet, check it out on Peacock and join us for next week's episode. In the meantime, please share this episode out with everybody you know. We appreciate it. We'll be back. But in the meantime, as always, be blessed.
Bye.